questions. So let's get into it. A lot of these questions are from 3 months ago. So just getting around to it now. Yup, that's it. Let's go. So, I said nothing was off limits, so let's see what we've got here. Okay, what is... Oh shit. Okay, it said, what are your big 3? And so that means my sun, moon, and rising sign. I only know this because of my friend who is actually an ASM artist. I will link her in the description box below. But I will just read what she said. She said, your sun sign is in Gemini. I'm a Gemini. Duh. My moon sign is Leo. And my rising sign is Libra. So, sun, Gemini, moon, Leo, and rising, Libra. That's what I got. And I think that really fits me very well. So that is that. Thank you for asking your question. Let's see what else we've got. Do you have any fetishes? I am gonna just say right off the bat, we're at 3 minutes in and I'm talking about this. I don't know if I would consider anything that I like to be like fetishy. I definitely have some things that I enjoy, but I don't think any of them are too crazy. But I don't shame anybody for any of the fetishes that they have, obviously. I just don't think any of mine are like specific enough to be considered fetishes. And what's the weirdest place you've ever had sex? Inside a movie theater. Okay, next. Will you do some mean giantess videos on YouTube? I will never say never, but not in the near future. If you weren't a YouTuber, what would you like to be doing instead? So I started a company called Storytime Candle Company, and I make candles. They are luxury, vegan, soy wax candles. They have wooden wicks, and they're made from 100% American made and eco-friendly ingredients. As you guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, I love candles. I've got one of my candles burning back there as we speak. And I was just really feeling this need to do something in the real world, like in the physical world, with my hands, making something. And candles was the option for me. I find it so fun and so therapeutic. I have hiccups. And so if I could be doing anything else, I would be doing that. I would also like to start a podcast someday, and I would also like to do like voice work in like animated films and such. And I would also like to write. I would like to start writing again. But I love doing YouTube, so no matter what I end up doing, I will always do YouTube as well. this was 3 months ago that you wrote this, but I really hope that you're doing well and that you found the words. I would say it's so important just to say it out loud. And if you can't say it out loud, maybe write a note and give it to them. Something more important than a text, you know what I mean? Like a physical note, so that they know that you're serious, and that would also let them know that you're having a hard time saying it. I've had to have this conversation myself, and my partner has had to have that conversation with me as well. And basically, after months of struggling alone and not knowing how to say it or what to say and not wanting it to come off a certain way, we eventually just kind of have broken down to each other and been like, listen, I need help. Like, I am really, really in a bad place. And then it's like, oh, ding, 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 like all of the boxes check off and everything else makes sense, like why I have, or the other person has been acting a certain way. Let me move you down just ever so slightly. It just all makes sense, and you're like, I wish I would have just said something earlier. I hope you're doing okay. Itchy leg. I have really dry skin right now. If you could have, my throat's really dry. Throat's dry, skin's dry, everything's dry. Not everything. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? I would definitely say being able to teleport. That would be number one, my superpower every single time. Do you plan? Oh, that was from 3 months ago, never mind. If you did not, this is from Lori Latte, ASMR. If you did not have to work for a living, what would you do with your time? Exactly what I'm doing now. I would be making candles, and I would be making YouTube videos, and a podcast, and everything else that I mentioned earlier. Could you, or would you have a boyfriend who was physically weaker than you? Sorry, we got cut off for a second there. But I'm not attracted to men who are weaker than me, because I like they don't have to be huge, strong men, but like I like the feeling of being protected and safe. That's also why I would never get like a chihuahua or something. I like my dogs to be bigger, like I like my men, so that they can protect me. If I were with a woman or something, then, you know, I don't think I would mind if she were weaker than me, but yeah, as for like just my personal preference, I would like them to be able to like protect me if the world goes to shit. Do the weird questions and comments you get on your videos a story podcast. Like, they don't talk about things. It's like a play almost. It's really cool. So I would say those two are the ones I listen to most often. How are you doing? Thank you for asking. I am doing very well. It was a very productive day. Very productive day. And I am just feeling really good and excited to start next week on a good note and make it a productive week. How excited are you for Christmas next month? The limit does not exist. Why are you so wonderful? You are the wonderful one. Do you still have an OF? Asking for a friend, of course. I do. But I don't. It's still active, but I have not been posting on there recently. That's a subject for another day. I don't even know what to say about that. Are you married? No, I am not married. I am engaged. Please show me your very beautiful teeth. What is your favorite Christmas tradition? So, this one's a little sad for me to answer right now because my favorite Christmas tradition is celebrating Christmas on Christmas Eve at my parents' house. Their house is going on the market like literally any second, any day now, and it will probably be sold by Christmas. But either way, we won't be having Christmas there because their stuff is already out. Like they're moving. So that's like really sad for me. And it's even more sad because the last Christmas that we had there was really nice, but I didn't know it was the last one. Because they weren't planning on moving this year. They were planning on moving eventually, but it wasn't set in stone until this summer. So I didn't really take it all in and enjoy it like I would have if I had known. So, but that's my favorite. I like opening my gifts on Christmas Eve and, Santa and all that stuff. So this is gonna be a different Christmas. I'm excited about it, but it's just a little sad. So yeah. I guess it's, one step closer to my future Christmases that are gonna be in my own house and stuff. I don't know, for some reason I thought that my parents would never move. So I just pictured always going there. So it's just different. Do you want any more kids? Yes, I do. And I didn't think I did until I thought I was pregnant. And it wasn't. There was literally a 0.04% chance that I was pregnant. There was no way. But for some reason I got the idea in my head. And then I was like, oh, I am pregnant. This is it. I'm pregnant. Even though I knew I wasn't. But I just hoped. I have hiccups, sorry. And then it happened again, 2 months later. And I was just so hoping. And when I wasn't pregnant, when I got my period, I cried. And yeah, I was literally considering never having more kids because I just love my daughter so much. And I was I'm cool with just having her. I don't want to press my luck. eating the same thing over and over. I'm not one to ask. I typically eat the same meals over and over again. I like to switch it up every once in a while, but I'll like switch it up and then only eat whatever I switched it up to over and over and over. And then I'll switch it up again and do the same thing. I'm not the person to ask. Good Christmas movie suggestions. I really love, it's cheesy, but I really love The Princess Switch on Netflix. And they have 2 more. They just came out with the 3rd one, and the 2nd one came out last year, and both of those are good, but like even more cheesy. They get cheesier as it goes on, but the first one is really good. It's one of my comfort movies. I also love the How the Grinch Stole Christmas movie with Jim Carrey, and I love Santa Claus with Tim Allen. What else? Any Hallmark movie. Every Hallmark movie. I have more. Hold on. Where did they go? Hold on a minute. How ticklish are you? I am very ticklish under my neck and in between my thighs. Oh. Is your fiance the best you've ever had? Oh my god. I love you. That's so funny. Well, number 1, yes. But number 2, even if he wasn't, which he is, but even if he wasn't, like, could I say that on the internet? No. Oh my god. And also, I have not had sex with as many people as you would think. So my experience is limited. It's not like I just have like 50 guys who I could like choose from which one was the best. You know what I mean? Anyway. Let me see here. When are you getting married? So I am not. Okay. I'm not sure, because right now, alright, you guys want the real tea? Let's go. So right now my wedding date is set for September 3rd of 2022, and I want to have a baby, and I will not be pregnant at my wedding. I will not. Okay? Let's get that very, very crystal clear. I will not be pregnant at my wedding. I would never spend $30,000 effing dollars to be pregnant at my wedding. Y'all can fuck off with that idea. No. So, when I was pregnant, or when I thought I was pregnant, last month, I was so hopeful about it, I think, because I was like, okay, if I'm pregnant now, then I will have the baby like 2 weeks before the wedding. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with having the baby and then like going to my wedding the next week. I don't care about that. It's just, I can't be pregnant there. I'm sorry. It's not happening. And so I was so excited to be pregnant because I was like, this is my last chance to be pregnant. And then no matter what, I have to wait another 10 months before I start trying because I can't be pregnant at my wedding. So that's why I was so bummed when I wasn't, because it wasn't just like, oh well, it could happen sometime soon and that'll be fine. It was like, well, now it cannot happen. And then conversation. And so, when am I getting married? Well, as of right now, I am booked for September 3rd, 2021. But if I can convince my fiance to postpone the wedding and have a baby with me instead, then I don't know when I'm getting married. And a lot of you might hear that and think that that's crazy or whatever. I don't give a fuck, because I've never wanted another baby. Giving birth sucked. So there have been a lot of reasons why I'm like, no, I don't want one. And now I'm like, I'm ready, and I feel ready for the first time ever, so I want to do it. I want to take advantage of it. And also, this sounds funny because it's like kids are expensive, but weddings are really expensive, all at once. And this year has been really hard in terms of like my mental health and my fiance's mental health, just like everybody's mental health in general in the whole world. And so it's just been really hard, and so I have not worked in the way that I was anticipating working, and the money that I was anticipating making. I didn't do that because I could not get myself to perform the way that I expected. And so I can still afford to get married at that time eventually, but it would be really hard, to tell you the truth. So I would rather have an extra year to do that and have another baby. Yup. That's that. Am I crazy? Am I the villain? Let's see, what else? Are you still making giantess content, and would you make a personalized video? So I am making giantess content. It is just right now exclusively on my Patreon. I tend to make a giantess video on YouTube that's also ASMR-esque, usually once every 2 months or month or 3 months, or just somewhere around there, 1 to 3 months. I'll make a giantess video and put it on YouTube, but typically they're all on Patreon. So I am still making them. I just uploaded all of my Patreon content today, and yeah, so that's good. But I am not making any customs or personalized videos at the moment. At the moment. How did you and your fiance meet? We met at the gym. He was working at the gym, and I was, stalking him, as I do. How are things going with your trainer? They're good. They're good. closer to 3,000 with the recent purchases that I made. But that's because my ingredients are all extremely high quality. My vessels, my wicks, my fragrance oils, everything is very high quality, so they're expensive. I also bought in bulk as much as I could to try to cut down on the cost per candle, but it's still just expensive. Like, each candle costs me, it's a lot more than you would think. I don't want to say necessarily, but when I first started, I was under the assumption that each candle would cost me like $2 to make. And as of right now, each candle costs me between $12 and $13 to make. That's just for ingredients. That's not including the hours of work that it takes me to make them. It's not including testing them out, advertising, like anything like that. So, these are luxury candles, and because of that, it costs a lot more to start. I am also eventually going to start my own website, which will cost me a couple more $100s, and I have a few more packaging materials that I have to buy, which will cost me another couple $100s. So, but overall, I think I have almost everything that I need now. For Black Friday deals, I just ordered another 280. Is that right? 60. 10. How many is that? I think it's 240 jars. Anyway, I ordered another 240 vessels and another 1,000 wicks. I also ordered boxes and fragile stickers and my labels and a thermal printer for my shipping labels and just like all of that stuff. So it's been a very expensive month, but my God, am I having fun. And I got to this point where I was like, I just need to have fun. I've been doing shit I didn't really necessarily want to do for a very long time, and I just needed to take a step back and just not give a shit about the money and get back to who I am as a person and reconnect with myself and what I really need and what I really want out of life. And so that's why I'm making candles. It's not to make a big profit. It's not to make a lot of money. It's literally just to do something for my soul, if that makes sense. If I can make money from it and help support my family, that's amazing. I would love to break even someday, eventually. That day is not today, but someday I will break even and then I will start making profit. But until that day comes, I'm just chilling because I'm just so happy to be here on this planet and live this one wild and precious life. And I'd rather do things that make me happy right now versus things that will make me money. So that's that. Anyway, I'm gonna stop there because I have a couple more videos that I have